perspective. It is not simply a story of someone who lived perhaps lakhs of years ago, but this story of Lord Rama is relevant to us even today in the modern digital age. How is that? Let us see that. So far we had discussed how uh, Lord Ramachandra, Mother Sita was abducted by the wicked Ravana, and that was true trickery, and that shows that there are always people who are ready to take advantage of our weakness. Mother Sita's attraction towards the golden deer signifies our getting attracted to temporary, illusory pleasures of this world. And when we get attracted to such temporary, illusory pleasures, we lose out on Rama. We lose out on the opportunity to attain real happiness. So that was an interesting incident that we had discussed before. Now, today, we are going to discuss that segment of the Ramayana in the Yuddha Kanda, where all the Vanaras, the soldiers, lakhs of them, along with Lord Rama, Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanumanji, Jambavan, and all other Vanaras have assembled. Uh, but before that, they were all trying to search for Mother Sita, isn't it? We had talked about Sugriva sending different parties to different directions, to find out the whereabouts of Mother Sita. So different teams went to different directions, and the team comprising of Angada, the prince, the son of Vali, and Jambavan, and Hanumanji, Nala, Neela, all of them, they reached the southern direction. They were going to search for Mother Sita in the southern direction, and they got to know that they have to cross the ocean because Lanka is down south, and for that they have to cross the huge ocean, right? So all of them assembled on the ocean beach, and all of them are morose. They are clueless as to how they will be able to reach Lanka crossing over the ocean. So at that point of time, they all did some analysis of each one's relative strength. They had to actually cross over the 100 yojana ocean. One yojana is about 12 kilometers. So 100 yojana. So that was the length they had to, the distance that they had to cross over. So all the Vanaras, they were talking about their relative strengths. Somebody said, I can cross over, I can easily jump 10 yojanas. Somebody says, I'm better than you, 20 yojanas I can jump. Yet another Vanara said, 30 yojanas I can jump. Somebody said, 50 yojanas I can jump. Hmm? Ja, Jambavan said, Angada said, 90 yojanas I can jump. Jambavan said 99 yojanas I can jump, but since I have become old, there's no guarantee that I'll come back alive. So all of them were discussing their relative strengths, and there was one person who was deeply absorbed in thinking, and that was Hanuman. So Hanuman was thinking, see, there are so many great Vanaras in this Vanara Sena. They're all ready to jump. They all have told about their relative strengths, but I am so unfortunate. I don't have any such strength. Hanuman was thinking like that. Actually, Hanuman was very powerful, but due to a curse that he had received in his childhood because of his mischievous activities, some sages had cursed him that he will forget all his supernatural powers. Because of that, Hanuman had forgotten all about his powers. Now, this secret was known to Jambavan because Jambavan happened to be the seniormost person in the group. He was very well aware about the greatness and power of Hanumanji. He also knew about the curse of the sages, because of which Hanumanji had forgotten about his real power. So Jambavan went and started glorifying Hanuman. He started reminding Hanuman about his actual position, about his actual strength. Now, when Jambavan was glorifying Hanumanji like this, Hanumanji became free from that curse and he actually realized his true potential. Now, the lesson for all of us from here is all of us, we are basically, our original identity is that we are spirit soul. We are not the body. Body is temporary. Body has got limitations of old age, disease, and ultimately death. Body limits the powers of the soul. Body imposes fear in us. But when we hear from a bona fide guru, from the scriptures, how that how we are not the body, how we are caught up in an illusion created by our own false identification with the body. And because of this false identification with the body, we are becoming fearful. We are actually identifying ourselves with the temporary situations connected with this body. How this is limiting our real ananda. When all such things are revealed by a bona fide spiritual master, then our illusion is gone. And we realize by the process of bhakti yoga, by the process of chanting and hearing, we realize our true potential to be spirit soul. So, just like Jambavan reminded Hanuman about his true potential, about his true position, we also need to be reminded from the instructions of the scriptures. We need to be reminded by the spiritual master, by his words, by his Vani. And only then we can actually become free from the self imposed ignorance and illusion that we are caught up in. It's a very important lesson that hearing will free us from illusion. The same thing we can see in the Bhagavad Gita as well. In the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, we see Arjuna lamenting, Arjuna becoming so called illusioned by about what is his duty. In fact, he tells Krishna, "Oh Krishna, please park the chariot in between the two armies." And when Krishna promptly stations the chariot in between the two armies, Arjuna gets to see all his relatives. And by seeing those relatives like Bhishma, Drona, all of them who are very dear to him, who are all connected with his body through relationships, Arjuna becomes very much disturbed. He falls into illusion. He says, "How can I kill my own relatives? This is not correct. This is morally not right." Even though Pandavas were on the right side, they were on the side of Dharma. It was not the Pandavas who started the war. The Pandavas tried to avoid the war. And when there was no other option because of the adamant Duryodhana, they had to fight the war. But now Arjuna forgot all those things. Arjuna is thinking in terms of bodily relationships, bodily temporary uh, connections with the body, and he fell into illusion. He didn't know what to do in his life. That time, he requested Krishna to instruct him, to tell him what is really good for him. So, Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, the spiritual knowledge, which broke the illusion of Arjuna. And Arjuna uh, got clarity about what is the purpose of his life. So that means freedom from illusion can be attained when we hear the spiritual messages of Krishna through a bona fide guru. We get realization, we get free from illusion. That is exactly what happened with Hanumanji. Then Hanuman, realizing his powers, he expanded his body to a huge dimension and he got on top of a hill called as Mahendra Parvata, and he was ready to take off to fly. He is Vayu Putra, he is the son of wind, Vayu Deva. Therefore, he is very powerful. He realized his true potential. And he was going to take off. In one giant leap, he chanted the holy name of Lord Rama, and he was able to cross over the 100 Yojana sea. So, this Mahendra Parvata on which Hanuman set his feet to actually leap over, this Mahendra Parvata, what does that signify in our life? Maha means great, Indra means Indriyas, the senses. Unless we control our senses, it is not possible to chant the holy name of the Lord uh, properly, and it is not possible to actually fly high in the sky. Controlling the senses is so important. So Hanumanji is called as Jitendriyaha. Jitendriya means one who has conquered his Indriya, his senses. So, because he has conquered his senses, he chanted the holy name, and by the strength of the holy name, with one giant leap, he actually crossed the 100 Yojana ocean. So, the lesson for us is sense control is so important. Many times people think that I will go to temple, I will pray, but I will go on with my program of sense enjoyment. I don't want to restrict my sense enjoyment. I don't want to sacrifice my sense pleasures. But no, if we become slaves of our uncontrolled senses, we will not be, forget about attaining spiritual progress. Even materially, we will not be satisfied. We will not be happy. Just because the senses demand uh, too much, we should not actually keep feeding the senses as per their demands. Because there is no point in time in your life where you will reach when your senses will say, oh, now I am fully satisfied. No, the senses will never be satisfied. It is actually illusion to think that I will supply whatever the senses are demanding, and one point of time the senses will become satisfied. No, in fact, the senses become even more agitated. So, therefore, it's important to restrain the senses. Now, what do you mean by restraining the senses? It doesn't mean we have to suppress the senses. We have to actually supply only as much as required for the senses. In fact, in the 6th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, if you regulate your activities of sleeping, eating, recreation, and work, these four things, then you can actually attain the stage of yoga and you can be completely spiritually awakened. So, one who eats too much or eats too little, or sleeps too much or sleeps too little cannot actually attain spiritual progress, cannot actually experience real happiness. So Hanumanji is teaching us that we need to regulate our senses. Only supply as much as required, not too much, not too little. This is very, very important. Regulation. Just like, suppose you like gulab jamuns and you keep eating a lot of gulab jamuns, popping gulab jamuns into your mouth. What will happen? It will only cause misery. It will cause indigestion and other issues. Too much is too bad. And too little is also too bad because body needs energy. For that, whatever amount of right amount of food is required, we need to supply. So becoming a yogi means attaining regulation in our activities. Not too much, not too little. So Hanumanji stepping over the Mahendra Giri, Mahendra Parvata, is teaching us that if you want to soar high in the sky, if you want to attain your true potential of self-realization, which is possible only in human life, you need to restrain your senses. You cannot let loose your senses and at the same time think that I will make spiritual advancement. No, that is not possible. That is not practical. So we need to, uh, bhakti is all about engaging our senses in the service of the Lord. We should all be conscious that the senses that we have actually belong to the Lord. In Sanskrit, there is a word called Hrishika. Hrishika means senses. And Lord Krishna is called Hrishikesha, means Hrishika plus Isha. Isha means master. Who is the proprietor? Who is the master of our senses? It is Lord Krishna. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. When we engage all our senses in the service of the master of the senses, that activity is called as bhakti. So, for example, we all have eyes. Restraining eyes does not mean we should close our eyes or we should tie some blindfold around our eyes. Oh, I will not see anything in this world because I want to make progress in bhakti. No, that is not the meaning. Eyes are meant to see, no doubt, but we must have a clear cut distinction what to see, what not to see. The scriptures say you should come to the temple and see the beautifully decorated form of Krishna. Fill your eyes with the beauty of Krishna, right? Or we have ears. Just because we have ears, it doesn't mean we can keep on hearing anything and everything. We have to hear those messages which will awaken our real consciousness, Krishna consciousness. Like this, we have to engage all our senses in the service of the Lord. Then that state is called as liberation. Liberation is not something which you achieve after death. Liberation is how free you are from the slavery of senses. How much you have become free from the slavery of your own senses. That is called as liberation. So Hanumanji is teaching us this exact process of liberation. He engaged all his abilities in the service of Lord Rama, and he very well controlled his senses, restrained his senses, and he was able to leap over the 100 yojana ocean by chanting the holy name of Rama. He said, Jai Shri Ram, and he leapt across. He, with one giant leap, he crossed the entire ocean. So, in the scriptures, often this illusion of material existence is compared to an ocean. And if you want to cross over this ocean, we need the strength of spiritual strength that is infused in us by the mercy of the Lord. So Hanumanji crossed over the ocean by chanting the holy name. We can also cross over the ocean of material existence, illusion, by chanting of the holy names. That is the process. So to quickly recap what we have discussed today, Hanuman's Giant leap signifies many interesting things. First of all, Jambavan reminded him of his real potential. So we need to hear from the bona fide guru, from the scriptures about what is our actual position. Secondly, Hanumanji stepped over the Mahendra Giri, Mahendra Parvata, which means we have to, before taking a giant leap, we need to uh, curb our indriyas, uncontrolled senses. And thirdly, we need to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hanumanji chanted the holy name of the Lord to cross over the ocean. We should chant the holy name to cross over the ocean of ignorance and reach the Lord. So, this is the message. So, if you want to fly high, hear from the scriptures, follow the instructions of the scriptures, practice a sattvic life with restrained senses, and chant the holy names of the Lord. So, three things Hanumanji is teaching us through this process of, through his jumping over the ocean. So, like Hanuman, and tomorrow is Hanuman Jayanti in many parts of the country, especially in South India. Hanuman Janmotsav is celebrated tomorrow, and let us all pray to Bhakta Hanuman. Hanumanji, there is a nice prayer. Manojavam Maruta Tulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukyam Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye. The meaning of this is, O Hanumanji, you are actually the son of Vayudeva, and you have nicely controlled your senses, and you are the foremost among the servants of Lord Ramachandra. You are showing us Dasya Bhakti, the bhakti of servitude to the Lord. I take shelter of you. Please bless me with Rama consciousness, with Krishna consciousness. So that is the message. That is the meaning of this prayer. So let us all follow in the footsteps of Bhakta Hanuman and let us chant the holy names of the Lord. Request all of you to please join me. We shall chant for 1 minute, 11 times the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.